cosine rule to find an angle. Okay, so we have found a side using the cosine rule. We discussed that it would be a variation of Pythagoras that's not a right angled triangle. Okay, so we can prove that with some pretty complex maths. We can then rearrange this equation to get to this. Okay, so we can bring the negative 2bc cosine over here. We can subtract the a squared and then divide by the 2bc just by changing the subject of the formula to cosine a. Right, you can try that yourself. Okay, now using this formula, which is also given to you in the exam, okay, you're just thinking about, right, that's how it's given. Make sure these letters, right, don't confuse you. If it's A, B and C, then happy days. Angle A matches with here, and your B and C and your B and C. Okay, so if this was to change to like Q, then your Q, your small q would be in there. Okay, let's find our pen that works. Right? Okay, right, so using the formula, your substitution evaluation, and then your answer. Okay, so if there's no letters on it, then you're labelling it your small a, small b, small c. Okay, notice, right, to find the angle, the cosine requires you to have all three sides. Okay, we do not have a ratio of angle and side, right? So if we're finding an angle and it was the sine rule, you would have a ratio of side and angle. So this one, you've got all three sides, so it's a cosine rule. So those are the problem solving strategies you'll need for later on. Okay, so cosine of A, B, let's match it up, is 30. So 30 squared, C is 20 squared, and A is 15 squared. Dividing by 2, multiplying B, which is again 30. Right, don't look up here. Right, look back at your diagram, and C is 20. Okay, so that's the cosine of the angle. Okay, now the calculator fraction button, right? Substitute it in 30 squared plus 20 squared minus 15 squared, dividing 2 bracket 30 bracket 20 bracket. Okay, learn how to use your own calculator. Right, so this gives me an exact value using this calculator, which might be another calculator's 0.89583. Okay, and you might have the recurrent point up there, you might have the long list. Don't round that, okay, do not round that to 0.9 or 0.8 or anything, leave that. Don't introduce a rounding error earlier on, okay, so you're going to do the inverse cosine. If you've got a pretty decent calculator, then you're just pressing the answer button, or learn how to use your calculator to tell you how to recall that previous answer. Okay, so shift cosine of that exact value, and then three significant figures. Okay, so if you want to write down what it says in the calculator in case you make a mistake, you know, just have that right beside you and write it down and then round that. Okay, so three significant figures. Okay, so 26 degrees. Okay, now, side note, think about these triangles. Okay, this is the shortest side, so that is the smallest angle. Okay, if you were then asked to go and find another angle, right, let's say you were asked to find here, right, later on, part B, that's going to be a bigger angle. Okay, small side, small angle. Opposite, think of the other side, big angle. Okay, small side, small angle. So naturally, this angle is the smallest, therefore this angle being 20 across from it will be a larger angle, and then this one, right, would be 180 degrees minus these angles. Okay, so that becomes a part B, a part C of these types of questions, so please watch out for them. Okay.